Hey, it's Josh, your iFanboy mini for the week. Right away, you're probably asking yourself, who is that dashing young man and what's he done with Josh? Well, I'm like one of those celebrities who changes their appearance every once in a while, except I'm not a celebrity and I haven't really changed all that much. So, anyway, you might also be thinking, what did they do with Josh? Because I picked Wolverine number 67 as my pick of the week. That's unusual for me. I have picked Wolverine in the past, sure, but it's usually because of a creative team. The creative team on this one was Mark Millar. And if you've been around for a little while, you probably know that I am not the greatest of Mark Millar fans. But hey, everybody gets surprised every once in a while. This is part 2 of the story that Mark Millar is doing with Steve McNiven. And in this one, we're going far into the future. A possible future, an Elseworld, if you will, and in it, the world has been changed and all the heroes have been taken down, and Wolverine is, he's like Bill Money in Unforgiven. That's basically the premise of the first issue. And the first one I thought, I don't know, it's cute, looks awful nice, that Steve McNiven can draw. I'm going to get to that. But it was just The Unforgiven, and I didn't need that. This issue was a complete departure from that, where it sort of took a different direction. The characterizations were still the same, obviously, but Hawkeye, who's blind now, needs some help, so he hires Wolverine to go with him, and they sort of start it's a road trip. They start driving the country, and they get run into these Ghost Rider gang members, and they're sort of like the mutants from Dark Knight Returns, actually. It's the same thing. They're dressed like Ghost Rider, and they beat the ever-loving snot out of Wolverine, and he is a pacifist now, so he's never going to hurt anyone again because of some horrible stuff that happened to him. And then, really what the turning point for me was this, and if you read my review on iFanboy.com, you will see the same thing. Hawkeye, I love Hawkeye. Hawkeye shoots an arrow through the head of one of the guys, and it's awesome. I was like, that's badass, and he's blind. I don't know how he hit them, but whatever. And then you find out there's all this story going on where Hawkeye was married, his third wife, or whatever, something like that, which means he's a player, by the way. I don't know what that means. I hope I just start another gang war. I've done it before. Hawkeye's a player, so he was with Peter Parker as one of his daughters, and then they had a kid, and they've got powers and all sorts of things. It's just it's sort of a hellscape. An apocalyptic hellscape. But I basically just had fun with this. I want to know what's happening next. I like the fact that Wolverine didn't right away, like, they didn't give you the money shot right away where he's like, rah, and he pops his claws and he does the whole thing. They're going to make you wait for it and, you know, make me wait as long as I want. I like this Elseworld thing, and so far Mark Millar has had it proven to be thoughtful enough for my tastes. Some of his stuff in the past has not been terribly thoughtful for me. A lot of people like it, and that's fine. It's just not usually my taste, but I enjoyed this. And then, oh, Steve McNiven, why are you so good? I think he took some knocks around Civil War, and perhaps rightfully so. I don't really know what the deal was with the delays and then sort of the rushed-looking artwork, but our boy's back here, and Steve McNiven is just, it's gorgeous. I mean, you've got some pages that are just knock you off your socks. You see everything that you're supposed to see when you think of Steve McNiven, and he's got to be one of the best guys working. He's got angles that are really sort of dramatic and interesting, and there's just a lot of developments in this that I dug. So there it is. I liked a Wolverine book a lot. You can read my full review over at iFanboy.com. Nice long review, and then if you need anything else, you can get to revision3.com/iFanboy. Wow, I liked a Wolverine book. I don't know. I feel like I should talk to my parents about it or something. You know, just like, listen, guys, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. Did it get weird for you? It did. Man, San Diego's over. We're back here. We'll be back to San Diego stuff coming up next week. We still got more stuff. Anyway, that's all. I just closed the show and then reopened it, and now I'm closing it again. Thank you and goodbye.